Good evening, class. My name is Steve Crano and I live in Encino, California. I currently teach as a special education teacher at Walter Reed Middle School. I'm currently in the resource position. While most of my experience is with children who have specific learning disabilities and other health impairments, I find myself working more and more with children who have autism or who have autism spectrum disorder. Okay, so there's more and more of them coming on my caseload. My first job, believe it or not, was working with a child who had autism. He was in middle school. I believe he was in the 7th grade if my memory serves me correctly. And my job was to facilitate his inclusion into a general education environment. He was attending a small private school, and part of my job description was to mediate between him and the other students, mediate between him and the teachers, reteach certain items for him, and help him with social skills. It was a very intense job, very challenging, both with the child's behavior and dealing with the parents. However, in the end, I'm quite happy because this student did end up graduating college. And as I continue to progress through my teaching career, I'm finding that I'm working more and more with children who have autism or are on the autism spectrum disorder. And I want to be the best teacher that I can be so I can serve them as I'm supposed to serve them and educate them. When it comes to assessment, I've used a variety of assessments. The first assessment that I ever used is called the RAP assessment, which is a very basic assessment. I think it does spelling, reading, and math, really simple. And I used that when I taught at the non-public school level. When I went into elementary school, when I worked for LAUSD, I started using the KTEA with my students. And a little more complex than the RAT, but not as complex as the Woodcock-Johnson Review. Now that I'm at Walter Reed Middle School, I am using the Woodcock-Johnson Review most of the time. As a matter of fact, all the time when I do an assessment, and that's what I'm using when I assess my students. And to me, it's the most comprehensive that I've worked with. What do I hope to get from this class? I hope to become a better teacher from this class. I'm hoping to learn how to do a functional behavioral analysis. I've done a few of them before. They're not my strong suit, so I need to improve in that area, and I'm hoping that I'll get those skills from this class. And I look forward to learning what I have to learn from this class. And I want to do a better job performing those functional behavior analyses. And I also want to learn about other assessments that I can assess children with autism. I also want to learn about those other assessments, and another thing I like to learn about is to best effectively work with and teach all of my students. Now, when it comes to a rainy day, there are a couple things I like to do on a rainy day. One of them is I like to binge watch TV series on Netflix or on Amazon Prime. It's a great way to, spend a rainy day. I also like to read a lot of books. I read about religion. I read young adult fantasy. And I read a lot about history as well. And when it rains, I like to stay inside. Good evening, class. Nice talking to you.